let's get into it. Case uno, number one. So really sad case. 4 Americans went in the end of February to, this is where the dyslexia is going to come in, people, Matamoros, Mexico, which is right over the border from Brownsville, Texas. There's an international bridge, you cross it, and then you're into, that's where you go into this, Matamoros, Mexico. Now, why were they going there? Spring break time? Not exactly. Tay was interested in getting some plastic surgery, a little tummy tuck, and she went with 3 of her closest childhood friends. They were all from South Carolina. They went in this van. It was a rental van. They got it from North Carolina, which led to a little, people were reporting that it was from North Carolina and not reporting who was in the van at first. Tay, Eric, Shaeed, and Zindell, they all went in this van from South Carolina. They entered Mexico in Brownsville, Texas, across this international bridge. It was, I believe, February 28th or the end of February. Maybe it was the 25th. Immediately, their van is surrounded. There's videotape. It is horrible. There's gunfire. They are pulled bodily from their van and put into a white pickup. This is all on video. A bystander from the city is also shot and does die. Immediately, it looks as if Zindell and Shaeed are shot and killed right there. Eric and Tay are removed. Now, what we know, so at first, the U.S. State Department gets involved immediately. They offer $50,000 for the safe return of these Americans. The FBI gets involved. The governor and police in Metamoros get involved. Let me show you where this is on the map. So as you can see, I put a little dot here. Metamoros is right, if you go all the way down Texas to the tip, it's right there. And then there's Brownsville, Texas, and it's immediately across the border. So it's not like they thought that it would be dangerous to drive far into Mexico. A lot of people go right over the border. Now it is on the U.S. Department's level 4 for danger. Like, they recommend you do not visit there. But everything is so expensive, as we all know, in America, getting more so every day. Their inflation of cost of food, gas, and, the medical stuff is, pharmacy. A lot of people go over the border to get pharmaceuticals because they're over the counter in Mexico. They're not as regulated. Also surgeries like this. So it isn't unheard of that people do this. It's actually very common. Yes, it's level 4, but they weren't going to be partying. They weren't involved in the drug trade. They were just going quickly to have this surgery done. The 3 friends were staying with Tay, and they figured they'd be in, they'd be out, right over the border. Now, just to go back a second, Zindell Brown was worried, and he spoke to his sister, and he was saying, I don't know. It seems like it could be violent. Tay's mom, I believe, also had expressed some issues. But, look, she's with 3 guy friends. It seemed they weren't going very far in. Anyway, so their van was surrounded. This is the van up here. As you can see, they were pulled out, put into a white pickup truck. What we found out later was that it was reported Tuesday. I think they had been found over the weekend, but it was reported Tuesday that Tay and Eric were found in separate locations because the gang people had split them up. Apparently, they think that the gang people thought that they were traffickers and involved in the trade. And Metamoros is one of the reasons it's so violent right now, especially, is there was one gang that had control of the area, but that gang lord, the leader, was unalived, I believe. And so the power structure was, there was a power struggle there with the gangs. So basically it's like the Wild Wild West. And these people just, I don't know why they thought maybe a white van from the States was supposed to be carrying people. I don't know why they thought this. But this is just the working theory right now. I'm sure the Mexican authorities don't want Americans even more scared to go down there. So, that's our next case. So what can we learn from this? So we have 2 people who are alive. Let me go back to who it is. So Tay and Eric Williams, the first 2 here, they are still alive. Tay actually wasn't injured. I don't know, maybe if she was very compliant and the others maybe even said something or fought. Not that I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why she was not injured at all. Eric was shot in the leg. He is recovering in Brownsville. Both of them were picked up in ambulances and taken to Brownsville. I'm assuming maybe both needed, like they were dehydrated. It just sounds horrific. Shaeed and Zindell were killed right there at the thing. So what can we learn from this? Before you go to Mexico for any reason, do check if it is an area. If it's a level 4, I really wouldn't go. I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth your life. We don't know why this happened. That's like, I always think, what can we learn from this? It is unfortunate because Mexico is a beautiful country. The people are beautiful people. I mean, most Mexican, citizens are great. Again, it's just like one of those things where a few ruin the bunch. It's unfortunate. It is spring break time. If you are going to Mexico, stay, especially if you're like in a resort, stay in the resort. Even if it's not a level 4, whatever the level is, it's a good idea to stay on the resort and enjoy it. Go there, enjoy it. Don't go adventuring to get the local scene, and don't go there for any nefarious purposes. Yeah, it's not the time.